Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to make a cake for the king of the grill. Father's Day is coming up in a few weeks, and to celebrate we're going to make a really special barbecue dinner using vanilla pound cake, some Swiss buttercream, and also fondant. So let's get started. I'm using 6-inch cakes. I made my velvet vanilla pound cake. And I'm trimming the top and I'm also trimming the bottom. I'm going to fill the cake with Swiss buttercream. To keep the cake moist, you can also use simple syrup. All three recipes for velvet vanilla pound cake, Swiss buttercream, and also simple syrup, you can look in the description box. Links are gonna be posted in there. Now I'm going to quick crumb coat the cake, and then we're going to stick it into the fridge until buttercream firms up, about an hour or so. Color your buttercream with some red food coloring and frost the cake. Use a spatula or a bench scraper to smooth out the sides. I'm going to stick the cake in the fridge until buttercream firms up. To prepare the fire, I'm using a paper template and I taped my template on a piece of wax paper. First, we're going to spread a thick layer of red buttercream, and then using orange and yellow buttercream you can create flames. And I'm going to stick this into the freezer until it's completely frozen. First though, we're going to lift the template or stencil, and then you can stick it in the freezer. Once frozen, you can peel off the backing, add a little bit of buttercream on the top of the cake, and gently place the fire round onto the cake. To seal the edge, I'm adding another layer of buttercream between, and then you can use your spatula to smooth it out on an angle. We're going to stick the cake into the fridge. Now to prepare burger patties, I'm going to use, I think this is puffed rice. I just wanted to break it up a little bit. You can also use Rice Krispie cereal. Melt some marshmallows and butter. Into that mixture, stir some cocoa powder and also some red food coloring. And now using your hands, you can blend it all together, and then we're gonna shape the patties. Underneath there, as you see, I have a paper template, and I'm using it for the reference as far as the size of the patty goes. And you can make the grill marks with a spatula. Brush a little bit of butter on the edge so it doesn't stick. Now we're gonna make the grill grate. So again, I have a paper template. On the top of it I have wax paper. I also spread a little bit of Crisco on the wax paper, and I'm gonna be using my extruder gun with silver marshmallow fondant mixed with a little bit of TYLOSE. TYLOSE is a white powder that once mixed with fondant, it will make the fondant dry faster. It basically will behave like a gum paste. Use a little bit of water or edible glue on the ends and press them gently together and hold in place. And then continue by making more long ropes as you go, and then cut them to size and glue on each side. This grill grate is going to dry for about 5 hours or so, give or take. Depending on the humidity, it may take a little longer. Now we're going to make a sausage. So I colored some fondant mixed with TYLOSE using brown food coloring, and then shape it into a sausage. Make the grill marks. To make the corn, I colored some fondant mixed with TYLOSE with ivory food coloring, and here I'm just shaping the core of the corn. To make the seeds, we're going to create a grid using yellow fondant marbled with a little bit of ivory. Use a ruler to make the grid, and we're going to wrap this around the core. Use a pastry wheel or a fondant cutter to cut it to size. Use a little bit of water and then glue the wrapper basically onto the core like so. Now use a cookie scraper or a small knife and make the seeds on the ends. And then repeat on the other side. So that's for the corn. Now I'm going to make cheese slices to put on the meat patties. So cut them to size so they fit nicely. and that's the cheese. Now the onion. This was my favorite. So you need to roll out a thin piece of white fondant and also purple fondant. Use a knife or a pastry wheel to cut thick strips and then glue them together using a little bit of water. Make a hole in the onion like so. Now we're gonna make a tomato using red fondant mixed with TYLOSE, or you can just use gum paste. Make the grill marks and let it dry. We also need some meat, so I'm using brown fondant and cut it into smaller pieces. And then you can give it texture with, I'm using a cookie scraper, but you can also use a toothpick and a knife. Now we're gonna make pepper. Right, now we can put it together so you have a kebabs. And you're gonna have to let all of these dry as well, and then we will use some food coloring mixed with vodka and we will paint them so they look a bit more realistic. One more onion. Ta-da! First though, I'm going to airbrush our grill grate using silver airbrush food coloring, and then I'm going to let it sit until we are ready to put it on a cake. Now we're going to paint all of these. I'm starting with the sausage, so I have some black food coloring and ivory food coloring mixed with a little bit of vodka. Right, now it's time to put it all together. So you can carefully lift the grill grate and place it on a cake. Trim the skewer if needed. And there you have it, a perfect cake for the king of the grill. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you have a suggestion for a future cake video, let me know as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you are new to my YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.